one second here. Okay, we are live. Okay, we are live. Chắc tay lại nha. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sankhaya. So everyone can see my mom here, right? Okay. All right. Thank you, mom. Okay, you can go and finish over there. So just wanted to give an update to all of you about my trip in Vietnam so far. Adjust TikTok here so y'all can see me. It's been really nice. It's very hot over here, and thank goodness I grabbed my summer robes because it's wow, it's like night and day compared to the United States, where right now I think in Florida it's like 50 degrees. I was recently in Canada, and then I'm over here. It's so hot that I mean, it forces you to take a nap from like 12 to like 2. Between 12 and 2, one should not be out and about running around. That sun takes a toll on you. It's a very different type of sun here in Vietnam. Um, I was able to meet with Venerable Sanata Vihari, and some of the things that were discussed was key, paramount to my research that I have been waiting to hear from other monks that serve other districts and serve the different demographics of humans. But I'm not ready yet to announce my findings. Um, so I just needed a little more time so that I can reflect. I will be going to my hometown city, Nha Trang, on the 6th. We are trying to wrap up the celebration here of the Year of the Dragon. Just so happens to be. So I'm the Year of the Dragon, born in '88. And so it's supremely festive here, as I will upload continuously the videos that is going around in Ho Chi Minh City. They really know how to live it up in celebrating the zodiac and the year of the, and it is the year of the dragon. Um, and I think I have announced to you all that it's a lion's roar year for me, but I haven't given much details on that. I'm trying to, number one, get stable as to where I live and stay. Right now, we're at a hotel. That's why you see all these wonderful lights and curtains here. Um, so um, I went to Ben Tan and got some Buddha statues, and I wanted to share some with you. And for all of the devotees and dedicated Buddhists out there, obviously, people who are watching are dedicated Buddhist, for the because everybody else is on the entertainment realm, and anyone who joins in on these types of live are very interested to continuing the study and practice of the Dhamma. Before I show you some of these very Buddhist hand-carved wooden statues, there was a student that was accompanied with Venerable Len Henley, and that student quickly gravitated towards me as I didn't know, right? There's so many students that sit around that I assume that they are full-fledged 100% long-time practitioners, but this particular student did not have a religion growing up. So as we go along, I'm teaching him who we are, who are the Theravadins, what do we do, and how do we do what we do. Um, so that is a very fun journey, just because he wants to convert the conversion, and we'll just have to see. Again, that's why I conduct research, to see if this is something that they are listening to, or this is what they want. If their life is stressful, what do you want? If your life is stressful, what do you want to do with the stressful life that has found you, or you have found it? Very intelligent, smart student with a bachelor's degree in marketing here in Ho Chi Minh City, and the many more students to come as we go along here in Vietnam. Let's see what else have transpired over the past couple of days. Just meeting a lot of got to meet with old friends and just catching up over the past 7 years. Can you imagine meeting with friends? It's like, yeah, tell me about over the past 7 years. What have you done? What have transpired in your life? How have you changed as a result of these things happening in your life? So the power of deep listening skills serves one very well, and all of you should, in fact, look carefully about the art of deep listening, as you can learn a lot from people, perspective, what they've done, and how they can inspire you by it. I don't think I have enough time to share that story, but maybe just a little bit, because we have to leave at 11 and it's now 10:25 a.m. Was the student is very family oriented. The amount of reverence and respect that he gives to his parents is unbelievable, particularly his mom. Now, why did I drag my mom in the beginning of this video? Is first and foremost, we have never historically gotten along. Every 3 months we would fight, and that has happened over the past almost 30 years. 30 straight consecutive concurrence, realizing that time is short and of the essence. My mom has obviously changed, and now we couldn't stop laughing. um, so it's just to show that not everyone has a perfect relationship with their parents. And every time when I do a video on toxic parenting, it blows up all over social media. It's a work in progress. So that this student tells me about his life, about how he works and gives money to his mom, and just continuous support. Basically summarizing, he lives for his mom. He lives for his mom, and that's something that touches me very deeply. um, just because he doesn't live for himself, he has died to himself. And he was able to recall, and because he's so family oriented, that he pays close attention to small details. One of such detail was years ago when I was still head of the security company, and I was in uniform trying to hire people out in the parking. I was how to meet people and bring them into the office, and I was in the parking lot. My mom came to the office and cried, and she says, "Yeah, I think I threw $200 in the garbage, or somewhere it was lost somewhere and found its way in the garbage," and cried incessantly, nonstop. So I pulled out $200, and when somebody had a live video and they were recording me while all this was happening while I was in uniform, and that touched this particular friend so deeply that he was able to remember it 9, 10 years later. And that's how and that's how I was able to verify that he had a particular view, um, and core belief in the parenting systems and the honor thy father, honor thy mother philosophy in his mind. Very beautiful gentleman. You would never imagine, just because he's so muscular and he's got tattoos and just some of the most beautiful human beings. And that is why the only way to elicit, let me rewind my words, the only way, not the only way, but 80% of the way to elicit the truth out of humans is to, number one, you must listen very deeply. And as a direct result of listening, you must be able to see that their words and actions are congruent. So that's how you get the truth out of people. So more on that as we come along, and that's more story. I like to, as soon as I encounter a human with a profound story, I like to just hit live and go live and share with all of you and quickly, so I don't forget small details. And I promised myself that I would also write in my journal so that I can document these things. It didn't happen if you didn't write it down, so you got to write it down. Okay. So the first Buddha statues, maybe I'll leave this one last. This one's pretty provocative. No, I'll do this one first. Ready? Y'all ready? Oh, shoot. One, two, three. Look very carefully. Look I've never seen anything like it. Hold on. Let me go from this side to the other side. These are made of wood. And it's very provocative. Why? And it like strikes different nerves for different people looking at a statue like this. So this means ting slash act. Act is evil. Ting is peace. Ting is calm. Ting act. All right. So one side we got the Buddha, okay, which is chill. I'm just chilling. Buddha nature in all of you and us. And then on this side we got the devil, right? Don't we all have a little devil inside of us? We all have a little devil inside of us. Let me be the first to just tell you all I have a little devil inside of me. So what makes you think you don't have a little devil inside of you? I have a good side and I have a bad side. I have an angry side and I have a peaceful side of me, just like everybody else. Ah, so this is what it reminds me of, and I think that I'm going to drag a couple of these home so I can give them away. When we step out of the house and someone cuts us in front of traffic, don't we turn into this guy? Hmm? Don't we turn into this guy? Hmm. And it is by and through the philosophy and the reverence to the members of the monastic order of Buddhism, the Sangha, that reminds you you should be this. You should be a Buddha in these moments when they done tried you. When they done tried you. Let me use the language of the people. When they done tried you. let me not. Okay. And one leads the path to prison. One leads the path to peace and arahantship. Right? It just does. It just is. And every day, if we don't try to be the path of the Buddha, I'm telling you, they're trying to throw people in. It's like a whole new world. They're trying to throw people in. They're targeting ignorant people. They're trying to target dumb people. They're trying to target all these people. Just look at the police shootings and what's going on in our society. If you dumb, you're gonna get arrested. If you dumb, you finna go to prison. You could see it. You could just sit there and just analyze what's happening right now in our world. Okay. This is the first Buddhist statue, wood, made of wood. Look at the bottom. That's how you know they like carved it. See, this looks fake. Like, oh yeah, nice piece of plastic that looks wood until you look at the bottom and you realize that is wood. All right. So the next one is a Buddha statue of the Buddha when he's in robes. When he's in robes. Okay. Holding an alms bowl. Holding an alms bowl. What does this mean? What does this mean? Who wants to participate? Y'all come on, y'all can type on there all day. Go ahead. Enlighten me. What does this mean? Why is this important? On your nightstand or somewhere in the room. Obviously elevated. Probably not nightstand. That's okay. I mean, who would know if it's on a nightstand? Um so this right here means renouncing, right? Obviously, if I hold it far away, you can't make that. This is the Buddha, given that bun on his head. That bun on his head would signify that would be a Buddha. In Thailand, they have that pointy ness on his head. Okay. So if I hold it far away, it looks like a monk walking with an alms bowl. But the image here is renunciation. Okay. What does that mean, renunciation? Well, the last TikTok thing that I posted short on YouTube gathered thousands of views and a couple dozen likes, whatever. Renunciation means give up. What can you give up today? What can you give up today? The more you give up, the more happier you become. The more you have, the more you have to lose. Get it? The more you have, the more you have to lose. Lose your gold, lose your watch, you lose your jewelry, your car, your house, your investment, your bitcoins. Ah, aha. And I shared this with the front desk of the hotel, and I said, "Do you know what this means to you, to me, to everyone? It should tell you that you should give up more, and you will be happy more. By giving up more, you will be happy more. Just think about it. Just think about it. People hang on to dear life for what they have, try to control what they have in their life. My, me, my, this is my wife. This is my girlfriend. This is my boyfriend. My, mine, forever. Hear the evilness behind my voice? Uh, Not evilness, but possessiveness. uh, so yeah, the one thing I get a kick, number one, I just got on ground here in Ho Chi Minh City. Here I am already like grabbing a bunch of stuff that is very heavy to drag back home, but the weight of, I'm sorry, not the weight, his face, the one thing that I spent a lot of money is very beautiful Buddha statue with beautiful faces. Now, when you look at his face carefully, nice and slow, I'm going to hold it up to the camera, is you see he has a smile on him. Look at his face. He looks very happy. Very, very happy Buddha. Look carefully, folks. Very, very happy. See that? Because he gave up everything, just like the rest of us monks. Okay? There you go. Right? Very, very happy. Yeah, my most venerable Bufung, he has a thing with ugly Buddha statues. He's like, I don't like ugly faces when they make Buddha statues. And I agree. It's just something about how they do things nowadays. It's amazing. But for the dedicated and devoted Buddhist, this is a simple every day before you leave the house. You see, what can I give up? Give up being right. Just give it up. Giving up my desires. Just give up. Would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? You're gonna do the right thing, you do what you really want to do. Giving it up. Give up. Renounce. Relax. Just chill. Just give it to them. Think about my mom's phone's going off. Think about my mom's phone's going off. H2O. Mom, that's my phone. That's the lady that's gonna call. I need this phone. That phone. I need that phone, Mom. Y'all hold on one second. We got a call coming in. We got guests all day, every day, trying to take us out to eat and sit and talk. Mom, I think they're here. I don't know. That's definitely not them. Definitely wrong phone number. Wrong phone number. Okay, so we're gonna circle back to these statues before I leave, and for the dedicated people out there, you might just get one from me. Now, this is the one and only historical Gautama Buddha. Okay, one and only historical Gautama Buddha, and essentially, this is the key. This is the one and primary statue you should have on your desk always and at all times because it's very calming. Every Buddhist statue you see is very calming. It reminds you to just calm down. Our overreactive mind, our intrusive thoughts, does not lead us to have a very peaceful mind. Y'all can agree. So therefore, a statue like this reminds you just take a deep breath and just relax. Take a deep breath and just breathe. In breath one, out breath one, in breath two, out breath two, in breath boot, out breath toe, in breath boot, out breath toe. Analyzing the temperature of the air that you breathe through your nostrils. Analyzing the temperature of the air that you breathe through your nostrils. These are basics, mindfulness of the breath techniques. And it is these statues right here that reminds us that, yeah, oh, I just need to breathe. Be like the Buddha. Be like the Buddha. his face is also very calming, very very calming. Okay, that is a. You know what's different about this is that it's God. He's got some muscles on him. Um, it's not like any other statue you will ever see out there. You just don't. I'm telling you, my whole briefcase gonna be filled with these statues coming back. Last, last, so far is going to be Maha Parana. Maha Parana. When he turned 80 and he realized that he was going to clock out, and thus he did. And he invited everybody to circle around him because he was going to clock out. He says, I'm gone. I'm clock out. He says, I'm gone. I'm out of here. Be ardent in your practice. Mindfulness always. Um, and the other thing is if you're lazy, you don't need one of these. Okay. Not to remind you to sleep even more, but to remind you of your own mortality and death. Right? That's the Buddha on his way out. And that's also all of us. We are also on our way out. Um, I'm also on my way out. That everyone is on their way out. You get what I'm saying? So, um, very profound to have this. Matter of fact, probably somewhere in your room, so you can reflect that you don't have a lot of time. Earlier, I told you about my friend, right? My friend Gung, right? And I'm listening to certain keynotes. There's certain vocabulary and keynotes that I'm looking for when I'm practicing deep listening skills. And he emphasized time when he talked about his parents, and he emphasized time when it comes about his income. He says, yeah, why do am I going to stack up all this money for what? His philosophy on money and income was very different than everybody else's, but it has to do with the emphasis of time, the preciousness of time. So he obviously won another couple hours with me and sitting there for me to listen to his journey, life, philosophy, and way of living. But the problem is we think we have time when we in fact don't. So a statue like this emphasizes just that we don't have a lot of time. I see Sahari joining. Sahari, if you're there, wave to me, please, because you just might get one of these. I'm trying to figure out a system to get a bunch of these for all of you saints out there who have been made saints out there. And I don't remember announcing very loud, very uniform, very visible that Sahari was one of the very first saints for her dedication and commitment to our T-shirt program in order, for us to thrive as School of Jidao. Um, well, I really left that out, didn't I? So therefore, I need to make a video on that soon. A very apologetic video, actually. So, anyways, this is a very profound statue, and just usually these statues are very big. I went to Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and I really wanted one. It was like almost $1,000. I think there was the cheapest. No, it was like 500 or $1,000. There was two of them. That was quite big. I might just go back and get it, just because every time when we lay down and we rest, it just may be your last night. And then when you wake up in the morning, oh God, there's ads. When you wake up in the morning, and if you're able to open your eyes and function, and you can wiggle your 10 toes and wiggle your 10 fingers, it means that you've been given another opportunity to give up everything. Goes back to this statue, to give up everything in order to achieve enlightenment, all in that one day, all in that one day. um and so therefore I will expand more. I mean, obviously y'all know I can spend a whole week on teachings of death and dying, and the expediency of time, the preciousness of time. But I was just very jubilant that they have Maha Parana statue in the palm of your hands. in the palm of your hand. And quite frankly, if I'm gonna go and travel into the forest, I like to bring all these little statues with me, just put them everywhere, and then live in the forest as it should be in the very beginning, as always in the very beginning. You all know that I try to keep the practice of the forest Thai tradition as much as I can. May not be 100% because I do live in a very loud, noisy, obnoxious city, but my thing is always to run into the forest and just sit there and be with the trees. This is a very different environment, very different planet in the forest than asphalt and cement out there. So, yes, yeah, I want to drag a couple of these back, and I know who studies, I know who practices, and I know who would benefit most from these type of religious images of the Buddha that reminds us over and over again. It's so beautiful on my desk, over and over again. To never give up on this path, to have faith, unshakable faith, and confidence in the Dhamma. So we have Saturday. Today is Mom. Today's Saturday, right? Did it? Today is not Sunday. Oh my God! Is today Sunday over here? That's crazy. This Saturday, not Sunday. What? Calendars all over the place. I think my calendar is still U.S. calendar. Oh goodness. Um. So my mom and I are going to celebrate the Year of the Dragon here in Ho Chi Minh City. Everyone knows that Ho Chi Minh, like this is the time of the year for Chinese New Year, and all of the students from the surrounding neighboring cities out in the rural areas of the country, they escape out there and hang out with their families for 2 weeks and then come back into the city to continue their work. That's what's right about Vietnam is they give such breaks for New Year's, such breaks daily to nap from 12 to like 2. At least most 90% of them do. Well, that's why we live long and we have less cardiovascular disease. Whereas in the United States, they make you work to death. Work to death. Mark my words. Work to death. They make sure you achieve Parinibbana. They make sure they sell more coffins. They make sure you wind up in an urn. Yeah, I've been there. I've been there. I've worked in society a little too long, 2 decades. Yeah, they make sure they kill you. They make sure they get every single juice out of you as the human that you are, as the slave as you are. I really don't want to go back. Anyways, so blessed are those who can see the system that our world tries to trap us in there. And my compassion for all of you hardworking parents and humans that's just trying to make ends meet. You're either very rich or you're either very poor, and then they will help you if you're very rich or very poor. But if you're in the middle class, which is most of you, and at the time of this watching, most of you are middle class families. Yeah, you're like the modern day slave to the systems of working and working and working, and it's exhausting for all of you, and I felt that with all of you, share mutual feeling with all of you. It's very unfortunate that I am not the president of the United States, and I was not born in the United States to become president any darn ways. But best believe if I was ever made a president of the United States, it would change overnight. Boy, you have never seen a Mont Blanc pen fly into my hand so quick to sign that bill to change everything for all of you. For all of you. Equality and justice. Equality and justice for all of you. Too bad. Maybe I'll just sit on the cabinet and advise the president if I'm ever made cabinet to advise any president. So, anyways, my love for all of you. Took some time out in the day to let you all know I'm doing well. I have adjusted to the temperature, to everything that is here. I'm happy here. I'm happy with my mom. We're not fighting. My mom's taking good care of everything. My dad is well in the city. Um, Everything is running smooth. And I'm going here and there, and I'm thinking about all of you. I'm thinking to do more videos. This Monday coming up will be, that is tomorrow, isn't it? I think I have to wake up tomorrow for the bi-weekly discussion with Venerable Sarnapala. So therefore, I have to do that. And so please forgive me if you see that some time passed by and you don't see a live, just because there's a lot of family in Nyechang passed by and you don't see a live, just because there's a lot of family in Nyechang City. And of course, just moving around, delegating, and encountering with other humans. And a lot of students here in Vietnam awaits for me to visit them and sit with them. And of course, by and through the natural conversation flow, I'm not going to, like, hi, how are you? Can I go live? And while we're talking, that's just really strange and weird. People expect privacy for religious counseling. And so I respect that. We all should respect that. And so please forgive me if y'all don't see me live and often as expected. The other thing is Leo, who I previously announced was going to help me with this. He's got other competing priorities on his end. He's a very young man, 20 years old, and he's just trying to assist as much as he can. But however, primarily, I'm just going to have to jump on there. Um, so just wanted to give you all that update. I have to jump quick because I don't have a lot of time. And I forgot to ask certain key questions, but then some things unfolded. And so, anyways, that's that. Hope you all sleep very well. I think over there it's almost 11 or 12 on the west side of the world. And I'm thinking about all of you, and take care of yourself until the very next time. Please continue to meditate. Never stop meditating. It is a stressful world. Rejoice into the low gas prices that's in the U.S. right now. Sit. Continue mindfulness of the breath and vipassana meditation. Read the Dhammapada every day. Okay, Dhammapada, Dhammapada. And as I try to get more time in, we'll read you all stories out of the Dhammapada. But if you must study the Dhammapada in comprehension, in comprehensiveness, you all can visit Yuta Tamo Bhikkhu on YouTube and go from there. And this is one way to continue practicing and studying and get the most out of the Dhamma while I'm away. And impress me what the Dhamma means to you. Impress me how you apply the Noble Eightfold Path into your life, the Four Noble Truths, and the study of the Dhammapada. So I'd like to conclude my talk. It is 10:52. Until the very next time, may you all be well, be happy, be free, and always be healthy. May you reflect on our talk today about the statues of the Buddha and what it means. May you reflect on the symbols of what was being explained and how some of these symbols will help remind you to be more mindful of your time, of your energy, of your effort, and the religious path and the religious attainment in your life, starting on a new year, new resolution, new goal, new ambitions. And until the very next time, Satu, Satu, Satu. Thank you all for joining on TikTok. You all can merge over to my YouTube, where it is going to be a more unifying platform. And when I'm going live, it is going to be 90% on YouTube. So